Okay, imagine this. You're taking me out on a date, right? And then we're sitting there in the restaurant ordering food. And then they see this. And they try not to look. Because that's what people do. Like, you know, when there's stuff wrong with your face. I remember when I had my whole lip thing going on, you know, people try not to look. They try not to look. Well, this isn't that bad. See? It's not that bad today. But, you know, people look and they try not to look. And it's kind of funny how people are. Here's a quick story for you. Because it's Friday night. It's date night. And this is like one of those moments. See, our Father just gives me a moment so I can bring out the camera and share. I'm having a little bit of relief at this moment, so I'm able to move around. I just made myself something to eat. I'm going to share that with you. But first, I want to share you this. This is a really cool story. So listen. This will get Friday night going. Okay, you're going to like this. Okay, so here's my story. Well, I just made some supper, and usually I do a lot of raw stuff, but tonight I actually had organic zucchini that I cooked up just a little bit. But look, isn't this beautiful? It's tuna infused with turmeric. See? And I'm gonna put my organic zucchini in there. And I have an organic, look at this. This is all fully organic. Got these from my girlfriend who is starting a co-op. So I'll put my avocado on there. In fact, there's a little bit left in there. I just squeeze that on there. So here's my story while I'm making, and then just so you know, I'm not a bread person, but if you're curious as to what Starry eats, see, I'm like a whole new person when I get these windows. It's like, you know, they come and it was a bad day, but then I'm like, Father, Abba, Yahweh, can you please give me a little, and there it is. But this is, I love this. Have you ever heard of Joseph's flax oat bran and whole wheat lavish bread? Now, I don't do bread, but this is the thing. There is, I can tolerate this. And the great thing about it is it's 9 grams total carbs. It's got a minus 4 grams because of the dietary fiber, and that's only 5 grams of actually net carbs. And if you're watching your carbs, because that's what a lot of people, they give up bread because of the carbs. They not just give up bread because of, you know, they give it up because of the gluten intolerance. But you know what, even that's, can I just talk real quickly before I tell my story about the gluten thing? It is so commercialized. Not everybody has a gluten intolerance. And they sell gluten-free lotion and shampoo now, and everything's gluten-free. You know what's going to happen? It's just like what is happening with antibacterial hand washes. You know, my hospital took them out of our facility, and because what happens is the bacteria ends up becoming resistant. And they found a good old hand washing is what really helps. Clean hands. And the more you use this stuff, the more it builds up a tolerance. And then pretty soon, that little antibacterial hand wash that you're using, no, don't work. Those bugs are like, bring it on, bring it on. Well, it's, you know, this gluten-free stuff. Everybody is not gluten-free. And then what happens is everybody goes on these gluten-free escapades, and our body needs certain things. There's nothing wrong with bread per se. We just overdo it, right? But bread, if you think about it, when the Israelites were being led out of Egypt, what did the Father bring them? He brought them manna. And what is manna? Manna made into a bread. Bread. What about the showbread on the tabernacle? What about, you know, everything's about bread, bread, bread. So if our Father blesses it, I don't think, no. I think it's way overblown. So, okay. But that is my supper tonight. I'm going to put some greens on there. That's where my raw stuff will come in. And, I'm getting so hungry. I actually have an appetite tonight. And yeah, I know I have a disaster going on in the kitchen, but throughout the day, I I have a hard time cleaning and keeping things organized, and I get like overwhelmed. I get overwhelmed. But okay, I'm going to tell you my story. Okay, so look at, wasn't that dog in the same spot last week? Okay, so here's my story because of my nose, right? When I had my accident, I went back to work, and I had to actually have the second surgery on all of this, my lip. And during that time, I still had no tooth. Okay, so I had a fake tooth, and I'm working. I was okay to go back to work, and so I'd go in, and the thing with my tooth is it really hurt. If anybody wore like one of those plastic fake teeth, you got a big plastic thing that goes up on your palate. It's awful, awful, awful. Okay, so one of my habits, and it was probably a bad habit, is when I was at work, I'd sit at the nurse's station to do my charting, lots of charting. I would take out the tooth and I'd set it down. Oh, I know it sounds so gross, but who cares? Whatever. My tooth is out, right? Who's gonna care? And I remember Lisa, our secretary, she would say, "For crying out loud, Starry, put the tooth in a cup." She got me a denture cup. Put the tooth in a denture cup, or just leave it in. Drive her crazy. So I had, that week I had surgery on my lip, and it was bad. They had put 25 stitches in, they had taken all the scar tissue out, and the next day I had to work. And the plastic surgeon said, "Yeah, you could work the next day." Well, little did I know that my lip was going to be out to here, and it's black and blue, and I've got Frankenstein black stitches coming out of my mouth. And so I come into work, "Hi, everybody." I could barely talk, and they're like, and the nurses were like, they were okay with it. But I remember the first room that I went in, I'm forgetting all of this, right? And I walk in, I'm like, "How will you do this one?" And the old lady, she's like, "Yeah, I'm doing good." I'm like, "Well, let me listen to your heart and your lungs." And I listened to her heart and her lungs, and she was so sweet. Praise the Lord. She was so sweet. I'm done with my assessment, and then she's sitting on the edge of bed, and she's like, "Can I ask you something?" I said, "Yeah, you can ask me something." She said, "What happened to you?" She said, "I was trying not to look, but what happened to you?" And then I told her my story, and she was just so sweet. And luckily, I think that day I only had like 3 patients. So every room that I went in, they all had a different reaction. Like one guy, I walked in, he's like, "Oh, what happened to you?" The men, they don't care. "What happened to you?" It was really funny. But then it even gets better, because the call light went on, and I'm sitting at the desk charting, had my tooth out, right? So I'm like, "Oh, I got it. And I'm a nurse where I answer call lights. I take people to the bathroom. I clean them up. I do all that because I used to be an aide, right? I think nurses that used to be aides are the best nurses. So I go to the ladies' room, and I walk in there, and I like, "What do you need?" "What do you need?" "I have no tooth in there." "What do you need?" And she looks at me, she's like, "Oh." And I'm like, "Oh." And we look at each other, and she's like, "Oh." And I'm like, "Oh." I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot my tooth. Oh, I forgot my tooth." She's like, "You don't have a tooth either?" I said, "No, I don't have a tooth." I said, "I'll run back and get it." She said, "Oh, forget about it. Okay, so that's my story. But I wanted to show you something. I ordered this such a long time ago, and my brother and many people were talking about getting an inversion table, and I couldn't afford it. And Amazon, the great thing about Amazon is, you know what? They got, I got to stop shopping on Amazon, just because there's a lot of things going on with Amazon. But, you can get things with your points. And that, at least for me, my points add up. I have a Visa card, so I can get a lot of things for free. So I ordered this well over a month ago, and it got lost in the mail. And then finally it came in, and I was going to send it back because I'm like, I'd rather have the money. And my brother talked me out of it. He's like, "Keep it." So last week I had a lovely couple visit me, Hands and Feet Homestead. And oh, Mike was so awesome. He put this whole thing together for me. I wouldn't, it came in a box, right? And how do you take something in a box and make it look like this? So this is an inversion table. And I'm gonna show you how I use it. Has it helped so far? No, has not helped. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Has not helped at all. But you kind of know my story now, right? But it still feels good. So we'll show you. You put your feet in here just like that. And then this is set up for my height. So you want to be centered. And then you lay back. I don't know if you can see this. And then you just oh look, it's going. See this? See how it's tipping me back? I don't even have to do anything. Look at that. Look at that. See, I'm tipping back. And then, oh, it's really kind of freaky. I didn't want to do it the first time. Mike actually did it, and he went all the way, but here I am. I'm upside down. Okay, here I am. And I don't know if you can see my body, but it really stretches you out. And then I try to put my hands over my head like that, see? Which is still hard for me. But, it's like, yeah, this is good. It's a good stretch. So I lay here and I look up there and I'm like, well, that's not very safe. There's a smoke detector with no smoke detector. I notice a lot of things. Like there's 2 dead flies over there. But I hang here for about 5 minutes right now is about what I've been doing. So I'm at 30 degrees. And a couple times I did it, my stomach started it hurt, like my stomach hurt really bad. And I had to stop. Oh, and then I did it the day that I had this done. Bad move, because I forgot, like, oh yeah, I've got a hole basically in my nose where they dug everything out, and blood is, rushing up to my nose, and oh, that was a Starry Stacy move. Okay, but this does feel good. I'm gonna shut off the camera and just sit here for a little bit while my food gets cold. Yeah, well, it's okay. But now you can kind of see this is an inversion table. And like I said, it has not been working for me. Nothing works for me. No moringa, no turmeric, no nothing. Oh, I gotta show you what I'm starting on though. Okay, hang on, let's get off of this. Well, this is a fun Friday night. We got lots of cool stuff this Friday night, don't we? We need some music. Table, and I've got, this is such a cool Friday night because there's so many cool things I want to show you, and I got such a great window of opportunity. I hope this is centered right. I don't want you just looking at my mouth or my nose. That'd be horrible. Because then you wouldn't be able to take your eyes off the nose. But I'm starting on some new products. It was a gift from my wonderful girlfriend, Adriana. And she got me in contact with another beautiful Christian woman who lives in Tennessee. And I got to get off this thing and show you what. And her testimony is what. I'm like, oh, thank you, Adriana. The Holy Spirit prompted her to get this for me as a gift. And when I heard the testimony of the other lady and how it helped her with her pain and basically healed her, I'm like, thank you, Adriana. Thank you. So I'm going to be sharing my journey with this product that I'm sure a lot of you have heard before, but it is changing people's lives. And, okay, hold on, hang on. Okay, so this is what it is. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's called Plexus. And it's so weird because it kept coming up and coming up. It'd come up on my Facebook feed. It'd come up. Somebody actually emailed me and wanted me to become part of this Plexus group. I had no idea what it was. And I kept hearing testimony after testimony how it has helped people in so many ways. People who wanted to lose weight. People who needed to be healed from so many different conditions. Fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, chronic pain. There's just all this testimony. And it is, for me, when this was brought to me by Adriana, I said, if the Lord led you to bring this to me? Because she thought I was going to refuse. I said, no, why would I refuse? If the Lord prompted you to bring this to me, and she gave it to me as a gift. So she wrote everything down, what I need to do. And there's just so much. Anyway, there's products that I am using that, it does everything. It gives people energy. It changes. This is what I'm on. I'm on Ease and Nerve capsules that are supposed to be formulated for the nervous system and healthy cells. And this is for discomfort. They've got stuff for energy, people who work out, for skincare. You've got eczema, all this stuff. I am telling you, this is a godsend. This is a godsend. So I'm going to use this. I am starting to use this. And I'm going to be giving you, friends, updates, because if this really does help heal me, gives me energy, helps with my appetite, and helps, and they both swear, and with more testimony, that it will transform your health. And we really prayed over it. And I'm telling you, friends, I have a lot of stuff that I'm taking, and there's a lot of stuff that's not helping. I'm going to show you my journey with Plexus. And I'm excited, and if it really does help with my pain and my energy and me gaining weight and just restoring me, the proof is going to be right here. It's going to be right here. Oh, I'm getting hungry. Okay, and then one more thing I wanted to, what else should we do? Painting. So on painting, you know what? You friends, I've got people ordering pictures. I'm working on this right now. That's going to be the mountains. I was going to put a cabin in there, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do a cabin. But I've been commissioned by, I think I told you this last time. But anyway, I have no music tonight. Where's my music? I've gotten some people who are like, yes, I want like the fall painting. Like, if you like that painting, I can paint it for you. If you like my a lot of people like my roosters. If you like my rooster, I can paint you one. Oh, and the church painting. You know what? That is such a cute little painting. And but anyway, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. God is good. God, there's so many things going on. It's awesome. Oh, and there's anything else that I need to tell you guys? So Mario already ate. Oh, and here's something. So he had tonight, he had his little venison, and I mixed in moringa powder for him. He gets a little bit of flaxseed. He gets a lot of the stuff that I get. But he has some GI issues. He has a very small GI. And I want people to understand that if you have a dog that has chronic pain or any other symptoms, chronic pain, GI problems, CBD oil. This was sent to me by a lovely lady, and I do use it for myself, and it does help. It does help. Now, I'm going to warn you, it is expensive, but if you love your doggy, you can use this on your doggy too, not just yourself. And when Mario really gets a little tummy ache, I put the CBD drops into his food or right into his mouth. And it helps him. It helps him. It helps you, doesn't it, honey? Okay. So, this is just so awesome. We got a great Friday night going on here. There's just so much going on. And, I don't want to make this like 20 minutes long, but there is one thing that I want to just touch on real briefly, because I've been still studying in Exodus, and I'm not sure how many of you raise your hand that you know the real name of God and Jesus. You'll probably all start typing. Well, I have been learning a lot ever since I've been reading the Old Testament and Exodus. And, some of the churches really split the two books, the Old and the New. And you can't have the Old without the New, and you can't have the New without the Old. It is not supposed to be split. It is one. It is from the very beginning till the end. Yeshua, that's Jesus' name. That's his name, I believe, in Hebrew. Yeshua, I hope I'm saying that right. Yeshua you can't separate them. And I'm sure a lot of you already know that, and maybe some of you don't. But that's kind of the lesson tonight. What is Jesus' name? And his real name is Yeshua. And God's name, and we always say God, 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 but if you really want to address him by his name, it's well, a lot of people do Yahweh, but I also talked to my girlfriend who also elaborated in Hebrew. I think she said Yehovah, Jehovah. So when we talk about God's name, now God had a lot of names throughout the Bible. Elohim or Elohe was the first name of God found in the Bible. Throughout the Old Testament, I think it was in there 2,300 times. And Elohim comes from the Hebrew root meaning strength and power. This is like it's really important to understand our Father's name, to understand Jesus's name, because you really can't. We want to pay him reverence, right? So there's that. In Genesis 1:1, we read, "In the beginning, Elohim created the heaven and the earth." Right from the start, this plural form of the name of God is used to describe the one God, a mystery that is uncovered throughout the rest of the Bible. So some examples are Elohe Kadim, God of the beginning. Elohe Mispat, God of justice. Elohe Shilkshat, God of forgiveness. Elohe Marom, God of heights. I mean, it goes on and on and on. It's really cool. El is another name for God used in the Bible. And it's like El Hanimaman, the faithful God. I should have my girlfriend here. She knows all this stuff. She speaks it really well. El Yashute, El Ekchad. But then we have this, and I want to see if you can see that. See that? That's the Hebrew word that translates as Lord. That is found 7,000 times. And the 4 letters, those are Hebrew. It's a verb to be, and is a special name that God revealed to Moses in the burning bush. And I remember just learning that. That's when that name first was seen. I am has sent you to me. This is my eternal name. And therefore, that declares the Lord absolute being, the source of everything, without beginning or without end. Although some pronounce that Jehovah or Yahweh, scholars really don't know the proper pronunciation. The Jews stopped pronouncing this name about 200 AD out of fear of breaking the commandment. You shall not take the name of Yahweh, your God, in vain. The Pharisees really, we know all about the Pharisees, right? They kind of over the top with everything. But if you really read into it, I believe the right pronunciation, and my girlfriend knows how to say it. It's not Jehovah. It's not Jehovah. No. Oh, here it is. Yod he vahe. Yoda. That's how she says it. Yod he vahe. Okay. This is our Friday night lesson for tonight. And sundown, Sabbath. So shalom, shalom. See, I'm learning all that stuff. It's fascinating. It's fascinating, and it's part of us. Even as Gentiles, it is part of us. We can't separate that. So I wanted to just kind of throw that out there for tonight. Okay. This is like a really good night. And praise the Lord. No, praise Yeshua and Yehovah that you're here with me. And it's just great. It's great to have fellowship tonight, knowing that you're not alone, and we can all kind of hang out, and it's good stuff. So you got to see, you heard my story, you saw the contraption over there, you saw my latest painting, and I'm painting a lot more. I love that you people are contacting me and ordering. You don't know how much that means. You really don't know how much that means. You know what? And it all comes down to that word right there, faith. Right there. See? All right. Faith. So that's one of one of Mario's little toys. So we'll say goodnight to Mario, who hasn't moved at all. He, he had quite the day. He got to run around. Oh, there you go. Now you're moving a little bit. Okay. We have to end with a Mario cameo, right, honey? You did so good today. You were Mama's companion. Yeah. I don't know what I would do. In fact, my girlfriend told me the name of dog in Hebrew and what it means, and it really it actually corresponds with the word love. So if you think about it, how many of you have pets? And you know, the unconditional love that our pets bring. They really are gifts from our Father. Okay, I'm gonna eat that tuna, but keep coming back. Thank you for the support. This is like a good moment for me. Yeah. It's amazing. Look at that. It is 7:30. It's past my bedtime. Really, I'm in bed usually by 7. That's no lie. It's past my bedtime. Oh, thank you. And thank you for coming with me. I'm liking it. I hope you're liking it too. We'll end with some groovy music. I always love the YouTube music. Oh yeah. We only have so much to choose from. All right. We'll see you this week, right? Over and out.